Talofa, my name is Suzanne Utai. I'm a mental health practitioner with over 25 years experience. I run a private practice. I work in the hospital emergency departments, and I serve with the Royal Flying Doctors providing fly-in, fly-out care. I was born in New Zealand to an Australian mum and a Samoan dad, and I'm proud to be a part of a blended family with 8 children. My passion is helping people navigate life's challenges and finding hope in the process. That's a little bit about me. Have an awesome day, and I hope to get to know you too. Hi, my name's Suzanne Utai. I am a mental health practitioner, working with a lot of our Pacific Islanders, and so I've got with me Vaoese. So Vaoese, could you introduce yourself for us?
Thank you, Suzanne, for the opportunity to speak with your good self. My name is Vaoese Lumitau Kava. I'm from Whangaloa in Samoa, Vaoese, and I go back and forth between Samoa and Brisbane because daughter's still in school. And at the moment, I am the executive officer for Vaoese District Council. And I do a lot of work with the 1 Million projects that our government initiated in 2021. So it's continuing now, and I'm also a book author. I've written books to date. So most of them are children's books in bilingual Samoan and English. And this year we've just launched my first garden book genre. So, and I'm a mother of 5 and a grandmother of 5. And my sweetheart, my boyfriend is Samoan Kava. And so that's basically all about me.
Awesome. So tell me, you've got another book out this year?
That's right. It was launched last month.
Oh, I haven't seen that one. I haven't read that one.
So with the Million Tala project that the FAST government initiated, we were mostly encouraged to plant or use it in agriculture and also environmental, care. So with that, we have been writing with the Whānau or the district council. They have input because they're the good farmers. I'm a semi-okay farmer. And so together we put together a book on what Vaoese or Whangaloa did with with the agricultural part of that was given to our district. So the book is about that, but being a marketing person, I think I am. It's a garden book, and it's about 80% in English for people who would like to buy.
People like me.
Books. Yeah, hopefully somebody will pick it up and purchase it. But in Whangaloa, everybody wants a free book. So
yeah.
So it all came and it all went free.
Your other books were great. My grandchildren will have your other children's books. They're awesome.
Oh, it helps. There's a lot of bilingual Samoan literature out there, but it's not enough.
Right.
So it's just I think and I would like to encourage whoever can write Samoan books for a little one, go for it. There's not enough Samoan English literature for our little ones.
Yeah. I'm doing a book at the moment. It's not
great.
It's
you
not
should.
It's actually a picture book. I do a lot of, in therapy, I work with a lot of kids and tell their story kind of thing. So it's a picture book with no words, but it's based in the islands pictures. So I'm having an artist do all the pictures. And so when I'm in therapy, I work with a lot of kids and I have these books and it tells the story and I get them to tell the story of what's happening in the story. And then I relate it to their own life. and they tell me, they might
Nice.
tell me the little boy's going to school. So I might say, how is it for school with you, and so we talk, that's how I do it. So now I'm doing that with the Polynesian
Nice.
Pacific Island book. So it is very
Oh, that's exciting.
and so I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, awesome.
The artist and I have been working on what's
Nice.
in my head. I'm trying to tell her, this is what I want. This is what I want. So she's
Just
been
put it
doing,
on paper.
yeah.
Just put it on paper.
So that should be coming out early next year. So I'm excited about it.
Awesome. Can't wait.
I'll let you know. So what I really wanted to talk to you today is about mental health. It was Suicide Prevention Month last month, and it is Mental Health Week during this month. And as Polynesians, we don't talk a lot about mental health, and I feel we need to. So I wanted to ask you a couple of questions. So what does mental health mean to you personally?
Well, in simple terms, it's how we think. So how we feel, and it will display in how we act, how we behave. So mental health is not the absence of illness. It's about feeling connected, and the ability to cope with the everyday life.
Yeah.
It's having a balance in our emotions, our emotional well-being. And it does help us also to build relationships and to be able to pursue our goals, because we all have goals, each and every one of us. And just like how our physical well-being is important, we need to care and give attention to our mental health.
Yeah, so true. It's just as important as our physical health, our mental health, because they both affect. Our mental health affects our physical health affects our mental health. So we've got to take care of us holistically, even our spiritual health. It all is holistic. We take care of everything. There has been good health, physical or mental health. There's good mental health, mental well-being, but also it can affect us. And have you seen mental health impact people's work or life in a difficult time?
I think like everyone else, we have seen it. We have been, connected with it. And, at work, it can, if we are not mentally healthy, it could affect our how we produce our work, our productivity, our creativity, and also our teamwork with our teams. So when we do have an unbalanced mental health, it could, we will experience burnouts, anxiety, and depression, and make simple tasks become overwhelming, and that's at work. And in our daily lives, it'll shapes how we connect with others, how we manage our responsibility, because when we're born into a family, each and every one of us will have responsibilities. And this will be greatly if, we experience some level of mental health, and also how we experience joy. So poor mental health can lead for us to feel fatigue, be isolated and difficult in making our daily decisions of what to do.
So true. Why do you think then, that what do you think the challenges are about people talking about mental health? I know with our Pacifica people, probably 10 years ago, I very rarely saw a Pacifica Island in my counselling sessions. I only saw them after there was an attempt of suicide in the hospitals. I never saw them when they were unwell or not doing good. It was only after the attempt. And they'd never spoken, a lot of times when I talk to them, they've never spoken about mental health. What are the challenges, do you think, about us speaking about mental health?
Several barriers, stigma. We may fear that we will be judged, that we will be misunderstood. So stigma does come on, it's bad on the opposing side. And with our side, that's where pride kicks in. And feeling shame, our society, like many other societies, people tend to put a lid on this issue. and hide the subject. So the person needing help tends to feel that others will say things like, "Oh, you need to tough it up," or my pain, your pain is not valid,
So not validated
Yeah,
for it and
that's right.
decide. And I was talking to one of my friends the other day, and I said, if I said to my dad when I was young, I'm feeling depressed, he'd say, go do the dishes, and we wouldn't talk about it again. And that's how we were brought up, a lot of us.
Oh yeah. So I wrote something down about our Pacific Islands. So, and everyone in Australia and Samoa that's linked to a Pacific Island communities, we're taught to be strong, just like how you just said that, to carry our struggles quietly. So it's how your dad used to do the dishes. These were ways for them to carry that struggle quietly, and to smile through the pain. I think in every community that message is loud and clear. Just smile through the pain, and put family and faith first, which we're also taught in our faiths, to think of others before ourselves. Not really. We were taught to love others like we love ourselves. So we should love ourselves, right?
Yep.
And sometimes the strength becomes our silence.
So true.
We don't talk about mental health because we fear shame, judgment, or being seen as weak. We hold it all in until it's too late.
Yeah. That's so true. We do. A lot of clients that I talk to, they've held it in for years and years until they can't, or till they've had a breakdown. And not realizing that being able to talk to a professional about it is healthy. Growing up, you went to a counselor if you were crazy. You don't go if you're just struggling with some things. Health wise, and we should.
That was the stereotype.
Yeah, health-wise, if we're sick, we go to a doctor. Yeah. If we're hurting in here, it's the same thing.
Yeah, we go to a psychiatrist,
So, but we weren't brought up that way. And so it's been harder to talk about mental health. So so do you think it's really important then that we have these Suicide Prevention Month, mental health?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
It is important because too often we only find out someone was struggling when they're gone or after they've tried to take their own life. So it's heartbreaking because these are people who were loved, who were respected, surrounded by family as we are in the Pacific Island life, yet they felt alone inside. So pride can be a heavy burden when it keeps us from saying, I need help.
So true, so true. So what message or hope or advice would you give someone who's struggling with their mental health? What would you share with them?
We need to change the story. We need to tell our youth, our brothers, sisters, and cousins, asking for help doesn't make you weak. It means you are human. It means you care enough about yourself and your loved ones to fight for healing. Suicide Prevention Month isn't just about breaking that silence, creating safe spaces in our families, our churches, schools, and our communities, where our people can speak openly about their pain without fear or shame. To anyone, you are not alone. Please, if it feels hard, one conversation could save your life or someone else's. There's one thing I just thought about, Suzanne. In most, if not every household in Samoa or Pacific Island homes, have scriptures. Pick it up, read it, reconnect yourself with the childhood stories from the Bible. I believe, I know you do, and so many Pacific Islanders. That is one book that you should pick every week.
Yeah. I know it gives me strength.
If there's no other book in the world, that you pick up because you're not a reader, pick up the scripture, the Bible. Book of Mormon for LDS faith goers. So, and I message, comes through to someone, anyone that's struggling with mental health.
Yeah, thank you. I really appreciate your time. It's really good to connect and talk about these things. And I guess this is why I wanted to do something like this, because I want us as Pacific Islanders to talk about it more.
Thank you so much, Suzanne, for the opportunity. Love your work. Keep it up.
Thank you.